many players in the game on this reading today, but we're going to know more when I see how you're coming in and what's going on the second half. But they definitely feel here like they're in the dark, and they feel like you guys are king of the castle. Believed to be an omen, Saturn Retrograde 2026 is about past misdeeds might just be catching up to us. So what we're going to look for in this tarot reading today is how to fix it. And currently, see, it ain't much, but it's home. There's an element of the bills are getting paid, and I'm hearing, what the fuck? Being crossed by the Knight of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles upright. Again, it's a happy home. The bills are getting paid. There's something that we want it for real, though, without having to sell our soul or without having to be fake about. So you're being crossed by the Knight of Cups, you see. And so what does that mean? Well, it means the other person is sitting there completely entranced by the same exact illusion. Nobody walks into a situation like this planning to live a lie. You get pulled in because it feels very warm and very genuine at first. So, is today going to be mastered, or is the day going to be the master? Is the real question. Is today going to be the day? I used to worry about where the money would come from, but now the funds are provided without hesitation. Money matters more. Funds, there's a lot of hesitation. It's not about the money, it's about the honesty. It's not about physical intimacy. It's about the honesty. This stability is preferred. It's like somebody prefers the stability over almost anything else that could possibly top it. Like, what could possibly top this? How could it get any better? And the first thing someone might ask is, what could be better than that? Having a roof over your head, your bills paid, right? That's what. People look at this setup and say things like, it ain't much, but it's home, just to justify staying in the dark. It's a situation. There's a dark situation. There's players. There's so many players in the game on this reading today. But we're going to know more when I see how you're coming in and what's going on the second half, but they definitely feel here like they're in the dark, and they feel like you guys are king of the castle, right? There is, they're wondering how things even got to this point. They're wrapped up in the same fake romance, playing their own part in the script, and completely blind to the fact that, that they're trapped in a dead-end game too. And I didn't want to have to be that blunt, but that's what the cards are saying. And now the late nights and the moon, and it appears that it's in that water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, that we're talking to at night on the internet. The one who's always there in the messages, offering you moral support, when you're offering them moral support, when the house gets cold. The cards don't lie. That water sign is not the one that someone loves. It's just another distraction. What do they call that? Like an emotional crutch or friend, or, just offering moral support and a shoulder. But it's diving into that because you're starving for something real, Yeah, man. Wow. But the vibe shifts and the truth comes out. Mistakes have been made before by many. Here, we see that. You know it. Whether life is blasted across the internet your whole life or not, could be being kept behind locked doors. So, how did we get here? How do we fix it? How did you notice what was happening? Or how did they figure you out? You might still be like, how did they know? Somebody know that somebody was talking to somebody else. And you may see that come out more as August and retrograde, but that's because we slow down in Saturn retrograde and we are able to see. And you may ask that question yourself. What exactly did I miss? What am I missing? What did I look past? And honestly, it seems the truth was known the whole time. So, I think many of us thought this whole arrangement was supposed to be fun. Clearly, one side doesn't think it's fun anymore. Okay, so that's what we're getting there. And coming in. Okay. Ace of Cups. And the Five of Swords. Yeah, that's where the relationship dies, in that Five of Swords. It's like somebody got hurt, and it means they're definitely going without some of the things mentioned in card 1. The stability is cracked. The funds are drying up. And that's absolute peace from the Ten of Pentacles is officially gone. And so they don't feel that. So you're not letting some of them in, the ones you're letting in. I don't like that. That's where the Hangman comes in, suggesting a need, because you're waking up to the total opposite of just, standing there wishing things could get back to how they used to be. And if you are, it's seen very clearly. You're seeing it very clearly. And you don't want to go back. And they don't want to go back. Somebody here knows exactly. They don't want to go back. You don't want to go back. It's difficult. It's a difficult path. And I mean, who can even see straight right now anyways? Is coming through like, well, the Hermit, and the World card. So with the World card appearing at the end, it's in reverse. So this is not going to turn out the way that we expected it to. And it's like, that's what you're in, you know, it's already like, well, this isn't what we expected. Wasn't this supposed to be fun? Yeah. Yeah. The World in reverse. That expected blowout. Any day is today the day. No, nobody packs their stuff in trash bags. Nobody's yelling and screaming about texts and posting stuff on Facebook. No, that's not going to happen. That's not happening. Instead, it's quiet. It's a heavy calm, and it's settling in over the kitchen counter. It's that every day. It is the total opposite of the Five of Swords. The weapons are laid down voluntarily. You look at the bills, you look across the room, and you speak without an ounce of anger. I tried to buy your affection because I didn't think I was enough to keep you here without the money. Aww. I turned this house into that, and I'm sorry. But will you ever say that out loud? The other person doesn't defensive talk or, you know, whatever. It's like they set their phone face down, cutting off the light night, and say goodnight. So that could be the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be with somebody, significant water placement. See, I mean, they doesn't defensive talk or lie. They don't. They're not. They're honest. But they stayed, they're saying, because I was terrified of being broke again. They admit that there wasn't enough money for them to live on their own. I needed you for safety. Somebody pretended it was romance because while it ain't much, but it's home, felt easier than facing the world on their own. But it's not fair to either one of you. And it's not love. So they don't run to Facebook to change a status or blast a petty post for the world to see. I think these are the people who log off completely. They don't get trapped into the cycle of resentment. Y'all just manually turn the card right side up. You guys are going to agree on a very realistic plan. No one gets kicked out on the street. No one gets financially ruined. You guys look at, you look at this deal here, and you do acknowledge your past debt is to survival is already paid. And you calmly decide to dissolve the argument so that you can both just go be ourselves.